Hello there, beautiful one. My name is Faith Hunter, and welcome to my celestial reading as well as wellness tips as it relates to the full moon in Gemini that is happening on November 27th, 2023. If you are new to my celestial approach, know that I will provide a little bit around this energy of the full moon, but I will also provide some meditation tips, some crystal stuff. I'll also drop into some thoughts around rituals and personal practices as it relates to wellness. And then, of course, you have to stay to the end because I will offer up some affirmations as well as journal prompts. Let's go on and get started. This full moon in Gemini brings about the energy of communication, adaptability, as well as introspection. Now, it is in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is an air sign, but it also is ruled by Mercury. We will be looking at and feeling this energy of the duality, but it is essential. And what I find is going to be really important is for you to have those deep inner conversations with yourself, looking at both sides of who you are, maybe even diving into the face that you present to the world and also the one that you keep a little more secret and intimate, and how you can possibly bring those two a little bit closer into alignment, but specifically aligning to what your true nature is and what your personal desires are. And it's the full moon, of course. So it's time to get rid of some things. So as you have that dialogue, that inner dialogue with yourself, looking at the things that you are going to leave to the side, drop off, release, burn, purify, and yeah, just straight up detox from. As you find this energy of the yin and yang within yourself, it is again about finding that alignment, tapping into balance. Basically, this lunar phase is a time for balance between your inner dialogue and your external expression. Now, let's drop into how you can actually harness this energy. So, of course, it's about releasing, but also about reflecting and really I always say that celestial moments, these moon phases, full moon as well as new moon, gives us an opportunity to really tap into who we are. It's like this moment in time or this little pocket or even this little portal that just encourages us to pause for a moment, tap in a little deeper to our breath, do a little journaling, do some really deep personal rituals, and use that energy to move through our feelings and emotions. Let's talk about meditation. During this period, I'm going to encourage you to do a meditative practice that is really about adorning yourself with the breath. Because we are going to be looking at the dual sides, or you will actually examine your right and left side or your yin and yang energy, I want you to take time to be in a meditative state and do some really deep breathing. The breathing practice that I am actually going to suggest is alternate nostril breathing. And if you're not sure what alternate nostril breathing is, I'm going to provide a link up here so you will be able to practice that. This particular breathing practice is about finding that beautiful balance between the right brain and the left brain. Once you move through that alternate nostril breathing practice for, say, about a minute to 2 minutes, then you can drop into a meditative space, finding stillness, reflecting, thinking about the things that you no longer need or no longer serving you, the stuff that you want to release, and then stepping into maybe what you are grounded in, what is working for you, identifying what has worked for you over the past lunar cycle, or maybe even over the past year. But basically, taking those lessons and using them as you move into this new phase, but definitely as you move into 2024. Alter suggestions. All right, so this is the energy of Gemini. And what I suggest is, of course, if you have a personal altar, placing a couple of items, maybe one or two items on your altar that represents duality. Now, you can actually have opposing elements, right? So maybe you have fire and water or earth and water, right? Something that is totally opposite of each other. And place that on your altar. So one thing might be is a nice cup of water and then some fall leaves. Now, I always like lighting a candle on my altar, and during this period, the color candles that I suggest would be blue and yellow. These particular colors really allow you to move into this space of deep introspection, and they also represent a little intellect as well as bringing about a sense of calmness. Crystals. Now, the crystals I'm going to suggest, you can use them on your altar. You can also use them in your meditation. And when I use crystals, I love placing those crystals right there in the palm of my hand. If I'm seated, if I'm lying down, sometimes I'll place those crystals in different areas of my body where I feel like I need a little bit more energy. Sometimes I'll even place the crystals if I'm lying down on my yoga mat right behind the crown of my head or near the soles of my feet. The crystals that I suggest during this period would be agate. And agate is a very grounding crystal, but it's also really great for clarity. The second crystal I suggest is a moonstone. Actually, it's one of my favorites. So I always love using a moonstone during the full moon, but it also is this amazing crystal that really helps us, helps me, could help you tap into your intuition a little bit deeper. And this particular crystal also can support us in finding emotional balance. Now, sometimes during this lunar cycle, it would be really important and crucial to give yourself a little personal love. So, these are just some suggestions as it relates to kind of general overall wellness practices that you can engage in. Of course, practicing self care, maybe eating a really great meal, taking time to walk out in nature, doing your meditation, dropping into your breath work, waking up in the morning, right, during this lunar period, and just taking long, deep breaths and finding that sense of balance in your life. The other thing I also suggest is doing a little self reflection. So, giving yourself space and time to tap into what you need in this moment, examine how you're feeling in this moment, and of course, taking a moment out to do some major journaling, writing down the things that you no longer need, and then reflecting on your life. As I shared earlier, definitely stay to the end so you can experience and have access to some of those journal prompts. Some other beautiful rituals I find that can be really supportive during this full moon would be a very gentle flow, specifically a moon flow, something that is very calming, very soothing, very easy on the body. Again, I'm going to provide a nice little flow that's gentle to your soul and to your physical body that might help you during this full moon. If you are deciding to create a special ritual on the full moon, specifically November 27th, what I would suggest is to that alternate nostril breathing, followed by a nice little, just quick moment of stillness to experience it, and then move into your very gentle flow, your gentle yoga practice. Once you come out of that, I encourage you to go to your bath and take a really nurturing, loving salt bath. As you take this salt bath, make sure that you add a few essential oils. My favorite, I don't know, is lavender. So maybe add a couple of drops of lavender in there, maybe a little rose water for your heart, or any other essential oils that bring about a sense of calm, soothing, and deep relaxation. Basically, you want an essential oil that is going to be a healing balm for your soul. Now, as you take that salt bath, as you're lying there, just start to breathe in and out. And oh, by the way, you can grab that crystal and place the crystal in the water while you're taking your salt bath. And just think about the things that you want to release, you want to let go. And then slowly move to your altar. Once you make your way to your altar, light your candles, do your journaling, and then pause one more time for a short meditation as you release, let go, and reflect on your bountiful life. As you start to bask in this full moon energy, meaning a couple of days before and even a couple of days after November 27th, I'm definitely going to encourage you to repeat these affirmations. So come on and join me. Find a comfortable seat. Take a couple of long, deep breaths. If you need to move those shoulders around, do so. And we're going to drop into the affirmations followed by our journal prompts. Feel free to place one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly, eyes opened or closed, whatever feels natural for you. And repeat these affirmations after me. I embrace my complexity with love and understanding. I embrace my complexity with love and understanding. I communicate clearly and I listen with an open heart. I communicate clearly and I listen with an open heart. I am in perfect harmony with my thoughts and feelings. I am in perfect harmony with my thoughts and feelings. I release what is no longer serving me, and I make space for limitless possibilities. I release what is no longer serving me, and I make space for limitless possibilities. Now take a deep breath in, hold and retain your breath. Exhale, empty out. And then begin to blink your eyes open. Reach over, grab your pen and paper, and we're going to do a little journaling. I'm going to share these journal prompts, and I encourage you to pause the video, write your response, and then come back and press play for the next one. Okay, let's go. What dual aspects of your life are you balancing now? What dual aspects of your life are you balancing now? How can you improve your communication skills in relationship to others and yourself? How can you improve your communication skills in relationship to others and yourself? What insights have you gained over the past 90 days? What insights have you gained over the past 90 days? And our last one, what do you need to release or modify in your life? What do you need to release, let go, eliminate, or modify in your life? All right, take another deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. Shake it out a little bit if you need to. Thank yourself for showing up and being fully present for those affirmations and those journal prompts. Don't forget to take time out of your day to pause, to breathe, and to reflect as you move through this full moon in Gemini. And I want to thank you for joining me on this path of tapping in to what you need as you move through and harness the energy of this full moon in Gemini. My name is Faith Hunter, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Ciao.